everyone, Catweazle here, and welcome back to Arkham Horror, The Woods So Dark and Deep, turn 9, I think it is, but it might be turn 10. But here we are, and we're still in a bit of a pickle, but we have at least managed to seal one gate, which is always good. At least seal one. Hopefully this turn we've got Zoey coming out into the Woods Gate from the Dreamlands, and she'll be able to seal that. So we'll get 2 gates sealed. She's got an Elder sign, and we'll be able to take 1 Doom token off the Doom track, which will give us another turn, hopefully. Jenny's in another world. She's in another dimension. She'll move to the second half of that other world, and hopefully she will also be able to close a gate soon. She won't be able to take a Doom token off though, because she'll be sealing with clues. But hopefully she'll be able to do that, and we'll get a 3rd gate sealed. Ashcan, who just sealed the Unvisited Isle gate last turn, well, we've got a little plan. He is rather hemmed in at the Unvisited Isle, but we've got a wee little plan to perhaps get him out of there before he actually uses the milk of Shub-Niggurath, which he's going to use to try and draw most of the monsters to him. He won't be able to draw all of the monsters to him. Spawn monsters don't move. So we've got 2 goat spawns, unfortunately. They won't move. They're the only monsters who are unaffected. But the ghost, even though it's a yellow bordered monster, the dark druid, the fire vampire in the sky, the Yithian and the Leng spider will all be drawn to him, hopefully. Which will make it a lot easier for Rex, because he's going to come out of Arkham Asylum and he's going to try to go in, I think, the Black Cave gate. And hopefully, I still think we're going to fall slightly short, but we'll try and close as many as we can before Shubby awakes. Right, our first player is Jenny Barnes, so let's move over to the player area for the upkeep phase. Right, here we are with Jenny. She's pretty clued up, and all she's doing is essentially she's just going to the second half of another dimension. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to move her fight up, and the reason for that is she's going to have to close the gate, hopefully, with her fight. She can't really do it with her law because we've got -1 because of a head wound, so she'd only have 3 dice. So if we move her fight up to 4, when she does eventually come out, she will have 4 dice because another dimension is a +0 gate. So that's pretty much it for Jenny, apart from we have to roll for a bank loan, and she does get $1 for her trust fund. So we'll put that in there. It's up to $6, but we've got to see if she's going to pay any interest on that bank loan. 1, she does indeed have to pay $1 interest, so her trust fund goes straight to the bank this turn. But she's still got $5, so it's not too bad. Okay, that's it for Jenny. Next up is Ashcan Pete. Here we are with Ashcan, and we have a cunning plan. What we've got here is we do have the crowbar, and let's just read. Physical weapon, +2 to combat checks. During the movement phase, you can discard the crowbar to make a sneak -2 check. You draw a common item for each excess you roll. If you fail, you are arrested. Now, he's got a sneak of 3, and we're going to keep it at 3, because when it does come to the movement phase, we're going to try the crowbar. If we pass with our single dice, well, funky, we get a common item and discard crowbar. But say we just failed. You can't fail like you can't fail on purpose, but with just 1 die there is a chance that we will fail this, and if we fail, oh, what a pity, we get arrested. So we don't stay in the Unvisited Isle. It doesn't matter that we can't actually that these town streets are blocked off. We get arrested, so we end up going to the police station, which is not the Unvisited Isle. It's a stable location, and it'd be a great place for a load of monsters to turn up when he drinks the milk of Shub-Niggurath, which he also does at his movement. But before we do this on his movement phase, because we're not moving anywhere, we may as well do the Kabbalah of Saboth first and see if he gets a skill. So we do that first, spends 2 of his movement points. Then we'll do the Crowbar, which doesn't cost any movement points, it's just a sneak check. Cool. Either get a common item or we get moved to the police station, and then, depending on whether we're at the police station or we're at the Invisited Isle, we're going to have to drink the milk of Shub-Niggurath anyway because we want to move all the monsters around. But hopefully we'll be in the police station when we do it, so all the monsters will go there. So there may yet be a chance for good old Isabel, because that means the ghost will have to move, even though it's a yellow bordered monster, and the Unvisited Isle won't have a monster there, so she may be it. So we may save Isabel yet, but perhaps not. So that's the plan, the cunning plan for Ashcan Pete. So let's see if we can manage to do that. Whatever happens, he's pretty much going to end up in Arkham Asylum anyway, because as soon as he drinks that Shub's milkshake, he's going to go completely potty and he's going to end up in Arkham Asylum. But that's our plan for Ashcan Pete. Okay, next up is Rex Murphy, and here we are with Rex. First things first, he's got a roll for his retainer, for which he gets $2. So that's going to put him up to 15. So let's give him another $5 token. Take him up to 15. And roll for his retainer. He's got a blue dice. And he keeps his retainer. And now he's rolling for his blessing. Oh, and he loses his blessing. Well, I'd rather have lost the retainer. That's a real kick in the teeth, unfortunately. So he's lost his blessing. We kept it for a while, but we could have done with keeping it till the end of the game. That's made things significantly more difficult for us. The good old game this is. Right, okay. So that's gone. What are we actually going to do with him? He's currently got 6 speed because he gets +2 for Eric Colt. And he's going to go down to the Black Cave. He's going to go into the Black Cave, which hopefully will only have a goat spawn guarding it, because the Yithian will be moved by Ashcan Pete drinking the milk. So he'll either sneak past or fight the goat spawn and attempt to go in the Black Cave gate. So that's what Rex Murphy's going to do. He only needs 4 movement to get to the Black Cave. So we may do the Book of Dejan, because he can spend 2 movement points and make him a law -1 check to draw a spell and lose a sanity. I think we'll do that, and then he might use Bind Monster on the goat spawn, perhaps. So we'll think about that anyway, when we get a bit nearer the time in the movement phase. Next up is Zoey Samaras. And here we are with Zoey. Right, she's got her Elder Sign at the ready, because she's coming out of the Dreamlands this turn, and she'll be able to have 1 turn where she can avoid the Dark Druid that's guarding that gate, and have pretty much guaranteed lose 1 stamina, 1 sanity, and she'll close that gate, discard the Elder Sign, we'll seal it, we'll get a token off the Doom track, so we'll go back down to 7, however briefly, and things look a little brighter for a little while. So what we're going to do, Healing Stone, we're going to refresh, and then obviously we're going to exhaust it again, because she's going to get another stamina. So there we go. Oh, first player was Jenny Barnes, I nearly forgot. And she's the first player. I'll just put this on her player tray. She gets a clue token because of Rex's personal story. So she's now up to, I think it's 12 clue tokens, so she's got plenty of clue tokens. Back to Zoey. Yep, she's got the extra stamina for exhausting the Healing Stone, and she's just ready to use the Elder Sign, so we don't have to mess around with the focus particularly. But what I'm going to do is I am going to use a 1 focus to get her speed back up, because we're going to send her towards the witch house gate, I think. She hasn't got enough clues to actually seal it, but she can close it. And if we get horrendously lucky, we might be well on our way to winning by the closed gates method. It's not very likely, but we are at clutching at straws stage. So that's what we're going to do with Zoey. Okay, let's go to the movement phase. Here we are at the movement phase, and first up is Jenny. She just plonks across one in another dimension. Next up is Ashcan Pete, and it's a big movement phase for Ashcan. And here's Ashcan. So what we're going to do first is, he's not moving anywhere, so he does have 3 movement points through his speed. So he's going to spend 2 of those first on the Kabbalah of Sabaoth. So exhaust and spend 2 movement points to make a law -2 check. If you pass, draw 1 skill and discard. So his law, oh, it's a +1 luck he's got. His law is 0. So, and so he's not going to do the Kabbalah of Sabaoth because he hasn't got enough law. Forget about that. But he is going to do the crowbar. He is going to do the crowbar. So movement, discard crowbar to make a sneak -2 check. So we discard crowbar. That goes to the bottom of the deck. And sneak -2, he sneaks 3, -2. He's got 1 dice. 1 dice. And we could do with a fail. Oh, he failed. Oh dear. Oh. Gets caught by the police on the unvisited isle, trying to crowbar his way into something, and he gets arrested. So he ends up in the jail cell. There is a 4th of July parade going on, but obviously because it's the police, they can go straight through that. They don't get delayed. They've got sirens and everything. Everybody moves out of the way while they take the horrible man who's been caught crowbarring something on the unvisited isle to the police station and put him in jail. Oh dear. Right. The upshot of that is he doesn't have to fight the ghost. What a pity. That's the way I'm going to play it anyway. I haven't read anywhere that you have to tackle the ghost or anything first. It's just the nature of the card takes precedence, and that's the order that I did them in. He's taken to the police station. It's still the movement phase, so he can still use the milk of Shub-Niggurath. And discard milk of Shub-Niggurath to move all non-spawn monsters in play to your current location. So imagine what it's like now in the police station. They've took him to the police station, and as they're about to bundle Ashcan Pete into his cell, he takes out this little like vial of milky liquid and drinks it, and then all hell breaks loose. So let's discard that at the bottom of the pile, bottom of the unique item pile. Suddenly the police have got a completely doolally Ashcan Pete. Every monster that isn't a spawn monster in Arkham ends up at the police station. So they're going to have a busy evening. Even the fire vampire from the sky is going there. And the dark druid. All of those guys have ended up over here in the police station. Let's go and have a look. Well, it's pretty busy at the old police station, isn't it? The only person who's not staying at the police station is Ashcan Pete, because he's lost all his sanity through drinking the milk, and he goes to Arkham Asylum. We'll put him back up to 5 sanity because he's still got Duke, so his maximum sanity is still 5, which is good. And in addition, he's obviously got to take a Madness card. So give these a shuffle and see what terrible toll on his sanity drinking the milk has done. Delirium. That sounds about right. You lose 1 sanity each time you get no successes on any skill check made during an encounter, but not during combats caused by encounters. Not too bad. We're near the end of the game, so he's now delirious, which is no surprise really. And as he's at exactly the same location as Rex, because Rex hasn't moved yet, what Ashcan Pete is going to do is he's going to swap the Dark Cloak and the Cabala of Sabaoth. So as they're dragging Pete through the door and he's calling out crazily, he grabs hold of Rex. He says, "Take these, you've got to take these, you know what's going on." And as they drag him off screaming to the padded cell, he gives these to Rex. So the Cabala of the Sabaoth and the Dark Cloak, those are now Rex's. Put those on his player tray. Cool. Right. Even though he's took one for the team there, Ashcan Pete, he's been a bit of a star. So we've managed to move all the monsters down to the police station, while poor old Ashcan is at Arkham Asylum. He's done a good job for us there. Okay, next up is Rex. And here's Rex at Arkham Asylum with Barmy Pete. What Rex is going to do is obviously he's going to move down towards the Black Cave. So I'll just let's just pan out a bit. There we go. Rex is going to move forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, and he's going to go into the Black Cave where we've got the goat spawn. So what we're going to do first? Well, first of all, he has got 2 spare movement points. So is he going to use them to do anything? So he could read from the Book of Dijan, sorry. Exhausted, spend 2 movement points to make a law -1 check. So you could possibly draw a spell and lose 1 sanity. And we put 1 stamina token on there because you can get 2 spells out of the Book of Dijan. Or we can use the Cabala of Sabaoth. And I think we'll use this. Poor old Pete didn't have any law and couldn't do it because I forgot to check his law. But he has been able to hand it over. So we're going to exhaust this and spend 2 movement points to make a law -2 check. So exhaust that for Rex. Let's get the dice tower out. His law is at 5. So he gets 3 dice. Unfortunately, he's no longer blessed, which is a bit of a pig. But he does get 3 dice. Go on, Rexy. And he doesn't do it. But doesn't lose anything. It was worth a go. So unfortunately, he doesn't get a skill because he didn't pass the check. Is there anything else he could have done? Oh, members of the book club. Him and Ashcan Pete, but yeah, he hasn't got the requisite law, Ashcan Pete, so he can't do it, or he'd have done it himself. There's no +1s or anything anywhere, is there? No, it was just give it a go, and he had 3 dice and couldn't do it. He can't use those 2 movement points again to do the Book of Dijan, because obviously he's used them up in trying to read the Cabala of Sabaoth. So, what's Rex going to do? He's got 2 sneak, he's got the Dark Cloak, which is +1, so essentially he's got 3 to an evade check. So he could roll 2 dice and try and evade the goat spawn. Whoop. Stands fell off. Or he can try and fight it. So it's physically resistant, but Rex has the Ancient Spear, which he can exhaust, and that will go to a magic +4 weapon. He's got 2 fight, so that would give him 6 dice. 6 dice, and he'd need 3 successes, and he's no longer blessed, is he? I was counting on him being blessed, which is a bit of a pig, but he does have Bind Monster. Now he'd need 3 successes on Bind Monster, So, but I think we'll give that a go. But first he's got to do the horror check, which is at -1. So his will, he's got +1 will and 2 will. So that's 3 will. Let's just check. I think we get... Oh, will checks are at -1 penalty. But sneak checks are at +1 bonus because of an evil fog. He's going to try and sneak. He's going to try and sneak. So he has the dark cloak, which he'll exhaust, which will give him +1 to evade checks. He's got 2 sneak. So that's 3 sneak, +1, 4 sneak, -1. He gets 3 dice. And hopefully he'll do a lot better. Right, come on Rex. Oh, I missed it. Come on Rex. Yes. Good lad. Well done. So he sneaked past the goat spawn. And let's see where... Ooh, the abyss. Yuck. A -2 gate. Not the best. Okay. So he's successfully evaded the goat spawn. So that's it for Rex. Next up is Zoey. Right, here's Zoey. She's up in the Dreamlands, but she's found the gate home. So she comes all the way back to the woods. And she finishes her movement in the woods. Right, that's it for the movement phase. Next up is the Arkham encounter phase. And first up is Arkham Pete. Jenny's still in another world, so Arkham Pete is the... Ashcan Pete is the first player who's actually in Arkham. He can't use any money to get any sanity. He's actually going to have a encounter. So that's the Downtown White deck. And see what encounter he has at Arkham Asylum. Let's cut the deck. Let's have a look. Oh God, this is long. You are mistaken for an inmate. What you're on about is an inmate. Dr. Mintz has the guards subdue you and conducts an experiment. Make a will -1, which will be -2 because of an evil fog. And we've got to get 2 successes to discover the results. Right, so what's his will? His will's 3, so he can't actually succeed because -2 would leave him with 1 dice. And with 1 dice, he obviously can't get 2 successes. So let's see what the fail is. If you pass, you seem to increase your capacity for learning. Draw a skill. No, bummer. If you fail, his memory drug fails miserably, resulting in lost knowledge. You must discard one of the following, your choice: 4 clue tokens, or 2 spells, or 1 skill. Well, he's not discarding 4 clue tokens. I shall tell you that now. So he hasn't got 2 spells, so he's going to discard his skill. His skill is +1 luck. So, bit of a bummer, but I'm not discarding clue tokens. So, it's been a bit traumatic as this turn for Ashcan Pete. We'll discard his +1 luck. And let's be honest, he hasn't exactly been lucky, has he? So, I think that's quite fitting he loses his luck. Right, next up is Rex Murphy. And here's Rex. He's up here at the Black Cave, gets sucked through the Abyss Gate, and that's where he ends up. So that's it for Rex. He's now in another world. Okie doke. Next up is Zoey, who's down here at the woods. Well, she's going to seal the gate, thank you very much. So we'll take the gate stand, we'll have that back. She's going to discard the Elder Sign. And she's also going to lose 1 stamina, which takes her down to 4, and 1 sanity, which takes her down to 3. But because she has done that, it means we get a blue seal of funkiness, and we seal the woods gate. It means we get to take off horrible Doom token. Woo! So we're back down to 7 on the Doom track, and if we had any slash monsters we could take them off, but we haven't. We've just got a shed load of like hexagon monsters. I think we've got a crescent, and what's the Leng Spider? The Leng Spider, oh, the Leng Spider, woohoo, is a slash. So the Leng Spider gets dragged through the gate and disappears, goes back to the monster bag. So we got rid of one of our monsters as well, but the Fire Vampire and the Ghost, they're not slash monsters, so they stay on the board. And we have another gate trophy. We have 2 gate trophies. So if we can get up to 4 gate trophies and have no open gates on the board, we could possibly still pull this out of the bag. But we're grasping at straws there. Right, excellent work from Zoey, and I think she'll be heading towards the Witch House next turn, assuming we don't get a closer gate that opens during the Mythos phase, or a gate burst or something else horrible. Right, that's Zoey, and next up is the Otherworld encounter phase. And here we are with Jenny and Rex. Jenny's first up. She's in the second part of another dimension. Multicoloured gate, all the colours, so we'll resolve whatever the top card is. Another red. Well, it's another. So a Black Goat of the Woods one as well. A mysterious woman warned you that you would be able to see all that you need to know if your mind were not clouded by the unnatural. Discard 2 spells to gain 5 clue tokens. If you can't or choose not to, gain 1 sanity. Well, sanity would be, she could gain 1 sanity, but she could also get 5 clue tokens. Do I need 5 clue tokens? I've got 12. She's got 2 spells she could get rid of, Steal Life and Wither, but I certainly like Wither. So what we're going to do is we're just going to gain that 1 sanity. We'll gain the 1 sanity. So we'll discard that card. Get 1 sanity from the supply. And Jenny Barnes now has 5 sanity out of a possible 6. So not a bad encounter. Okay, next up is Rex, who's in the Abyss. So he needs a red or a blue. And we've got another red. That's about 6 reds in a row. But it isn't a black goat one. Right, Abyss. Pass a luck -1 check, or you are faced with an enormous mountain with a strange symbol carved into it, as if by the claw of a gigantic creature. The world swims around you and you lose 3 sanity. Right, so luck -1 check. His luck's 1, but he gets 2 luck from Anna Caslow, so he's got 3 luck. So he's got 2 dice. Oh, wow, we could have done with him being blessed. Right, 2 dice. Come on, Rexy. Does it. Good lad. So, in your face, Mr. like Giant Mountain. So he doesn't lose 3 sanity, which is good. Because that's quite a stiff penalty. Okay, so that's it for the Otherworld encounter phase. Next up is the good old Mythos phase. And here we are at the Mythos phase. So, the deck of doom. Let's see, I'm not sure what we want, to be honest. I suppose a gate opening will be fine. I suppose we've got 1 monster stand. Just not a gate burst, not a gate burst on a sealed gate, please. Independence Square. Right, we have a gate at Independence Square. Oh, a goat-like creature spotted in the woods. Woohoo! Right, okay. So let's get a gate stand. Independence Square. And let's get a gate. A Doom token. So we're back up to 8 on the Doom track, unfortunately. And we need to draw 2 monsters. one from the normal bag, which is coming out first. Cultist. I like cultists. Nothing special about cultists with Shub, because it's more towards dark young. So just a bog standard cultist. And Ashcan has 5 clues, and he's also right next to it. So we could go in there, kill the cultist, and perhaps get into the independent square gate next turn. Next up, we have to pick a hexagon monster, which is a child of the goat. We have 7 monsters in Arkham, so it has to go to the outskirts. We've got 4 in the outskirts, so all those go back. Those 4 go back in. Child of the Woods remains in the outskirts, and the terror track goes up to 2. So we're going to lose an ally, and things are looking pretty grim for Isabel. But the unvisited isle is no longer guarded. Right. Professor Armitage turns chicken. +2 law, that'd have been nice. It'd have been nice for Jenny to get, because she's at -1 law because of a head wound. Attacks are not affected by magical resistance. But the old goat, no pun intended, has done a runner. So, along with John LeGras. Right, so that's him gone. And where does a clue go? We get a clue at the unnameable. There we go. Oh, we can also get rid of the 4th of July parade. That's finished now. Monster movement. Hexagons. Go! Hexagons move on white. I'll just check my corruption cards. No hexagons there. Got slashes moving on black. Jenny's got a slash on her corruption card, but it's moving on white, so we can ignore that. We've got a star on black. We haven't got one of those. And a triangle on black. We haven't got one of those. So it doesn't affect any of our 4 corruption cards. But we have a shed load of these guys. So they move on white. They're a fast monster. The 2 goat spawns, so they move twice on white. 1, 2, that goes into south side. The Rivertown one goes 1, 2 into French Hill, but that does leave these gates essentially unguarded, which is cool. Zoey will have to sort of get past the goat spawn in French Hill to get in there, but not too bad. Oh, I think we've got extra movement as well because of this Dark Druid. It's a green monster, so it has special movement properties. Dark Druid is treated as a cultist. When Dark Druid moves on the black path... Oh, this is a white path. All of the monsters move on black. Right, so all of the monsters aren't moving because we're moving on white. But it's treated as a cultist, so I think it moves. It does move, unfortunately, out of the police station. So it moves to East Town. And the Yithian is triangular. So that moves on black. So, yep. Just moves on black. So that goes into East Town streets as well. We've got the Fire Vampire is a star. We've got Star, nobody in the East Town streets, so after coming out of the sky for half a turn it goes back. And the other one is a slash, and when we closed the gate we got rid of our slash monster, so that's gone back to the bag. Right, so that's it for monster movement, I think. Let's read the headline. Goat-like creature spotted in woods. Ooh. All dark young in Arkham. Ooh, we haven't got any. Bummer. I return to the cup. Ah! Thought I was being clever there, but it'd have gone back to the cup. Boo! If at least one monster returns to the cup, raise the terror level by 1. Well, it'd have meant like Isabel would have had it, but we don't have a dark young, so we didn't take anything back to the cup. and we don't have to raise the terror level by 1. So we can get rid of that. Okay, how did that go as a turn? Well, I think actually it went pretty well. Ashcan Pete managed to get a load of monsters away from gates. Rex managed to get into the Black Cave gate. He's got plenty of clues. Jenny should be coming out of her gate into the graveyard. And she's got 5 clues, so she should hopefully be able to seal that. She does have 4 fight now. It's a +0 gate, so she'll have 4 dice to try and close that. So that's good. And that'll be our 3rd seal. We've sealed with Zoey. And hopefully what Zoey will be able to do is she'll be able to sneak past that goat spawn in French Hill and get into the witch house gate. Ashcan, who's going to be our first player next turn, so I'll move the first player token. He can go to downtown streets and into Independence Square, hopefully kill that cultist and go into the gate there. So we could be in. There is a glimmer of hope for us if we can get in. Ashcan can actually seal Independence Square because he's got 5 clue tokens, and he will get an extra clue token next turn because of Rex's ability, because Ashcan's first player. So he'll have 6 clue tokens. Hopefully he'll be able to seal that, and hopefully Rex will move into the next part of the Abyss. He'll get out, he'll be able to seal the Black Cave, and Zoey will get into the Witch House. And then we can hope that we get a Monster Surge. We don't want a Gate Burst, but a Monster Surge would be nice. It'll still put the Doom token up, but it means we don't get an extra gate. And we could end up closing all the gates. We'll have to see how we go on. But we've really only got 4 more turns now. We haven't got any more Elder Signs. I have a feeling, although we've got a glimmer of hope, I have a feeling we're just going to run out of time. But we'll have to see how we go on. We could do with a normal surge. Well, not a surge. We could do with a normal gate opening at the Unvisited Isle or the woods. So, not a gate burst, just a normal gate. In which case, we don't get any monsters, we don't get a Doom token, and we get an extra turn. Right, well, thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for all the subscriptions and for all the comments and all the views. As I always say, very much appreciated. Any ideas or thoughts or strategy tips that you may have, but by all means, please do comment. And thank you very much for watching. I hope you'll join me next turn for Arkham Horror: The Woods So Dark and Deep. Until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.